Carry on.
And if you're watching a game, check out the stream, twitch.tv/Dota StarLadder_EN. We're unpaused and we'll introduce the team. So the team with everything to lose here, and I guess everything to gain as well. It's going to be Virtus.Pro. Jotum on the bottom once again. It will be gone to taking a core Lina here, probably to the mid lane, maybe in a tri-lane. Who knows? We'll see. It'll be BZZ on the Viper. Sadoy on the Faceless Void. It's all him with a fantastic Batrider performance in the previous game. And Yol on the Shadow Demon. Over on Team Tinker, we'll have EGM drafted up this lineup. He'll be playing the Wisp. Bulba supporting up here on the Skywrath Mage. Sing Sing on the Queen of Pain. Core. Pycat on the Legion Commander. And Yol walking straight up into this. He's going to find everybody. Disruption to buy some time. Arrow coming through will actually miss. To borrow the term, it really splits the wickets. All of the wickets were present, and it split them all. Pycat will draw the first blood with the overwhelming odds, so that's a good way to start off the middle lane. And it will be Pycat in the middle lane. We'll see if Bulba wants to hang around, and it looks like he will, as now Sing Sing either going back for the block, or actually let's see what they're doing. I think Sing Sing is going to stay middle, and then I talked about it a little bit in the other game. A duo offlane with Legion Commander is really, really dangerous. As long as you got a little bit extra damage in there from another hero, you can find some kills. And they're going to look for Yol again. He's looking for the rune. Let's see what it's going to be. It will be the bounty rune top. They force Yol off of it. And while they're still level 1, they'll throw out the overwhelming odds and then some more harassment. Probably going to put Yol all the way back to base, which will mean a tough time for Viper up top. But it is a tri-lane there. And it is a tri-lane with kill potential looking at these two heroes, but not the most. If they find Pycat, they can probably kill him. But if they find the Skywrath, I mean, much like Abaddon can get rid of the, with the Phonic Shield, it can get rid of the arrow stun, well, you can do the same thing with Press the Attack. It's a very good spell. And look at this, it's actually EGM rotating up. It will be an aggressive tri-lane, which means Koifka here on the Tidehunter, so he moves out of his normal sort of mid-roll position. I'm not entirely sure what he's been doing on Team Tinker. Seems like they're a team with a lane identity crisis. Arrow will land there on EGM. They're going to try to bring him down. He's going to tether over very far away, taking a couple last hits, but will get out of dodge. Pycat going to land the overwhelming odds onto 2, trying to bring down Yol. Will still chase him back. There's a tango up on Yol. He's getting that HP, but is it going to be enough? Pycat's still chasing right now. He is just not scared of anything, and he'll finally back off as there's 5 seconds of cooldown left on overwhelming odds. No, he wanted to tango up and go back in, but now a creep wave shows up, and that'll force him back. Now, Sing in the middle lane. No, even on last hit so far, with the last game that God just played, his Wind Ranger, again, a hero that does appear mid, but isn't super common. He had a fantastic game, and look at the arrow from downtown. Jotum's Potom. I'm stealing all of AC's one-liners right now. They got the wickets, we got the arrow from downtown. We'll see what else we can work in here, but Jotum with a very nice arrow onto EGM. We'll kill him. Nice kill, but it's not really enough to stop the aggression that Team Tinker is putting out there. But middle lane, Sing Sing doing pretty good. Also, God doing better than I would have expected on this hero. The base damage is pretty good, only a little bit less. 4 damage less than that of the Queen of Pain right now, as Sadoy, we actually, I knew they were there, but I didn't think he was dying that fast. Skywrath will kill Yol basically immediately, so a kill and an assist there for Bulba. But the bottom lane, looking at this matchup, you'd expect the Tidehunter to do very well, and he is. He's 10-2. The lane farm should be somewhat even. I think it's a little harder for Sadoy, just because of the Anchor Smash reducing your damage. Makes it a little bit harder to get the last hits, but he's got a poor man shield. And yeah, that's actually really hard. He's hitting for like 30, but let's watch mid. There's a rotation behind here from Bulba. He's smoked up. He's looking for God. And it will slow him down. Arcane Bolt starting things off. Light Strike Array has been used. Sing Sing knows he can do whatever now. He can blink if needed, but he will just stick with the right click. Doesn't want to use the mana if he doesn't have to. Yol, he's TP'd in, but it's not going to be enough help. He's not there in time. Skywrath with another kill, so 3-1 early for Team Tinker. They're doing pretty good right now. Looking at the graphs, very early, but 1,000 gold, 500 XP. Something to note. Sing Sing bringing that bottle out fresh. They know Legion's alone up top. They're like, alright, well, let's try to get a kill. The supports have rotated over middle. We just saw Sky get a kill. We just saw EGM there, that little ball of lights. Very easy to spot. So let's try to kill Pycat, but they can't. They will actually rotate off, trying to catch EGM on the way back up, but he doesn't really need to go that way since this path exists now. If he does, it's pretty crazy. He'll actually still just truck it through the river. And okay, it's gonna smoke up. Yol and John, I'm looking to find some kills here. They're got their sights on Sing Sang. See if they can find it though. They can maybe try at the runes because they're gonna be up, you know, Sing Sing's gonna look for one of them. So 4 minutes, it's gonna be haste bottom, and that means bounty top. There are no runes here for the Radiant, so they don't know that he picked up the haste. And obviously they don't see them because they're smoked. Now they get past the wards. Smoke runs out, so now they have potential to kill the bottom lane. You would not really expect this if you are in Koifka's shoes right now. So there they come in with the haste. There's the disruption. Can they get the arrow in time? It's going to go through the creep wave. No, it won't catch the creep. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm lagging a bit. You know, it is a European server, but it looked like it was in the clear, and well, we'll come back to that. That's going to be a while. Alright, we'll come back. Almost 30 HP. Queen of Pain gets the bounty rune top as Pycat's starting to get some CS. 17 and 1. You can see the Viper out a little bit ahead, 22 and 3. So Viper having a pretty good time up here as the supports have left. Looking to get that average, maybe just under 12-minute mech time for his team. As well, no, that's not right. I wanted F3. There you go. Dire Vision just barely spotting out that top rune, and definitely spotting out the bottom one. Same thing, basically. Oh, big stun here for God, though. Onto Sing. The Lightstrike Array connected, but it's still not quite enough damage as both teams just spotting out, well, not quite both runes. This one, pretty defensive, looking for the wraparound on what I like to call the T. That is why I drew that. So 5 minutes in, and, well, another team 3 and 1. It's, you know, pretty similar to the last game we saw thus far in about 5 minutes. No fighting for now. Legion is just about to hit level 6. Does go for the treads as opposed to the phase, so there's a slight difference in your playing of Legion Commander. We'll probably still look for the blink next, and then we'll probably again see another difference in builds, whether wants to go for the armlet, a blade mail, the shadow blade, a BKB, depending on the game. Treads coming up now for the Void. Support's back up top for Virtus.Pro. Trying to just protect that Viper, but Pycat's getting a lot, getting maybe a little too aggressive here. Yol does have boots, so he could definitely catch up. Sidoi farming. Where did Tidehunter roll off to? Oh, he's farming up the jungle right now. He's finished his mana boots, 700 gold, the most farm in the game right now. 38 and 4 here for Koifka's Tidehunter. And, well, a lot of rotations, but not a whole lot of blood. We saw some fighting in the middle lane, but God wasn't able to kill the Queen of Pain. He finds an illusion now. Looks like he's wise that it is an illusion. Not going to waste any spells on it. Up top, though, Pycat looks like it could be in trouble. A bit of a wraparound. Balba's kind of going to stop that, and now it's Balba that maybe could be in trouble. Pycat's going to forced to use press attack on himself, so he can't help Balba. But Balba with these illusions, with a bit of body blocking there, it's hard to bring him down with all the traffic, and they will actually not get the kill on the squishy Skywrath Mage, and we saw Pycat was able to TP out. So again, lots of rotations from both sides, towards the mid, towards top, and even towards bottom, but so far just not able to find any kills. At least in the last little while. Of course, we've had 4, but they were already in the first, all in the first 3.5 minutes. Runes up in 30 seconds there as Lena picking up the deny, and let's look at the CS there. Very, very even. 37-8, 36-8. That's crazy. God, playing so well in the middle lane. He's really impressed me in the last game with his Wind Ranger, and already on the Lena here. Sure, he's got a death, but you know, that was a rotation. What are you going to do? It was a gank, and they might be throwing up another one here, trying to potentially smoke. Balba has one. They'll move up to the high ground. There's no ward here. I guess they're taking a chance, like hoping that's not warded when you smoke there, and they'll find Yol almost immediately. There is 1 point in Shadow Strike if they want to use it, and they will just use it now. That's kind of risky, because God could have looked for the deny there if you throw out the Shadow Poison. But doesn't think about it, tries to drop the Light Strike array, and it will be Yol to fall. Now respawning 0 and 3. The majority, 3/4 of his team's death right now, giving up that very, very early first blood, and He's obviously caught the attention of Pycat. This Pycat has been trying to run him down all game. Sitting at 2-0 on the Legion, finished the treads. 1,000 gold in the bank. His lane opponent, BZZ, also doing well. 500 gold treads. Sing Sing has rotated up though. They're trying to bait him. There's max corrosive skin, so he will not take a lot of damage from this. I don't think they can find the kill. Yeah, I mean, 4 points in corrosive skin. You got 25% magic resistance built in, and doing a lot of damage back with the corrosive skin. So they will back off. Sing Sing wastes a little bit of time, and looks like he hands over a nice bottle charge to Pycat before he leaves. As EGM still trying to get level 6 on one of his namesake heroes here, the Wisp, so he's no stranger to finding the levels on this. But at 9 minutes, only level 4, he'd maybe hope for a bit more, as Sing Sing, if anyone knows how to dodge a Marana arrow, it's probably the master of shooting Marana arrows himself. So Sing Sing dodges that one, but up top we will find Pycat in some trouble. He's put under, and well, he's just going to TP out. Throws out the press the attack and rolls out. Presses the attack and then presses TP. Gets out of dodge for the second time in a row. They know once the disruption is used, what are you going to do? Nothing. You can't keep him there unless, I mean, Void is there to chrono or get a lucky bash, or Marana is nearby, and she wasn't at the time. They knew she was middle. Lena also not around, was middle, trying to find a kill on Sing Sing, but couldn't. Sadoy also farming nicely. He's actually the second most farmed on the map, 55-3. Got the treads, looking for the Mask of Madness, so he's looking very, very strong, but it's, again, the Tidehunter who had the slight edge there. Any melee versus melee matchup, Tidehunter is going to do very, very well in with the Anchor Smash. She's looking for God right now. I hear a black hole going off. It's onto EGM. He's trying to bring him down, just barely. No, they can't do it. The Ravage will go out. It's also going to catch Sadoy. EGM bottling up. He's got a salve. Now they're going to go for the chase here. God has fallen already on the Lena. They can't cancel the TP, though. Story of this game so far, and at 10 minutes, Sadoy will just TP out. But now Virtus.Pro trailing by 4 kills and a very big game. But don't fret, VP fans. They're not that far behind. Just 1,000 gold and 500 experience. Pycat now switching over to the bottom lane, which will leave Viper all alone with completely uncontested farm and only about 100 gold or so away from picking up that full mechanism. But Pycat looking to put some pressure on Sadoy. They know there's no chrono, and maybe they try to get a kill. The duel is available. We haven't even seen one used yet from Pycat. So from the Legion performances we saw today, they would have already had about 50 damage at this point. Pycat, this game, between some of the best teams in the business, I think, in the European scene, so a little bit slower paced. Oh, Sing Sing, though, looking to get aggressive onto Yol. Yol in trouble, will disrupt, but probably will die anyways. It doesn't have a wand, doesn't have a bottle, and Tranquil's still disabled, so the poison would have been enough, but just in case they stay in there, and actually Io will get the kill, trying to regen up Sing Sing as much as possible. God's coming in, EGM. I don't know, man, what was that? Tether was on cooldown, I guess there wasn't much he could really do. And he will fall for his trouble. So a support for a support, but that's pretty good for the death of Shadow Demon's not even on there, so fairly even exchange with how close the gold and XP graphs are.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
But not a lot of tower damage. Looks like Phage guy is still trying to give me some stats. Maybe. Alright, smoking up once again. Virtus.Pro trying to get it done. None of the smoke inks this game have had an incredible amount of success. But still going for it. Not looking to sit back and do nothing. They want to find some kills here. They want to try to slow down Team Tinker's momentum if they can. And it looks like they're going to find Koifka. It's got 15 seconds left on Ravage. It's going to be spotted out there. The pings, the caution pings come from Pycat. So they know that Yol is there, and they assume if Shadow Demon is there, at least Marana is there. And this is going to be the first duel of the game. It's an easy victory here. And now Pycat going to look for some more. He's got that extra damage now as Sadoy forced the time walk away. And Jotum is still down here trying to run, but they're going to keep chasing here. Sadoy, that was a scream of pain from Sing Sing. The backtrack of that right click. Sing Sing with blink in another 1 second. But the arrow! Jotum's pot him. He TP's back to the tier 2 from down here. He was very far away and lands a much needed arrow to get Sadoy out to safety. As let me switch to the net worth tab now. Finally, At 13 minutes, we've got our net worth leader. It's 5,200 here for BZZ. The mech is finished. He's ready to fight with the team whenever, but actually he could just be in trouble here. TP is coming in for BP, but are they going to be fast enough? The Mystic Flare, BZZ will survive. The Ravage was already used. They've expended a lot. They need to win the team fight, but they can't. God, the Laguna Blade onto the Tidehunter. He will fall. Now Yol with the disruption to keep Pycat there. They get it. The much needed kills, the double kill for BZZ, the highest net worth on the map by over 1,000 right now, and Sadoi will jump in onto Sing Sing and still in range. Yeah, could have maybe placed the chrono a little more with Queen of Pain here, but hey, what's it matter? They get the kill regardless. BZZ is still able to attack, and not only is it a team fight victory, great response from VP. They'll get the tower as well. The first tower of the game to go down. It's the Radiant offlane tier 1. VP to claim it. 2 kills back now, but probably ahead on the graphs. We'll check it in a moment. They take a while to update, but 6.2k on the Viper, 5.8 on the Lena. Good target choice of the Tide, just looking to burst them down quickly. Kraken shell out of that, says Lena. The Tidehunter, though, still doing well. 4.7 net worth. The Blink is there, the Arcane Boots is there, but you can see the problem. When there's a team able to respond because towers are up and you ravage one person, you kind of got a bit of a problem on your hand, especially when you can't kill that one person. Very tanky with the Mac and Max Corrosive Scan, but Koifka and both Pycat pretty close in net worth. 4.7 for the Legion. Looking at Sadoi's Void, 4.5, and Sing Sing, actually the lowest net worth of all the core heroes here. 4.2 on the Queen of Pain. Pretty close with the 3 above them, though. But once again, it's God and BZZ, the standout carry players here, or just core hero players, from both the last game and this game. Let's see what they can do. Yol, he's had a tough game. 0, 5, and 2. That is not a positive KDA, but still doing a lot for the team. Buying up these smokes, buying up the wards, and going to position him and his allies here around, trying to wrap around here for Sing Sing. If they could just put him under, and oh, they can't. He blinks out. The nighttime is difficult, and now we were watching that, but in the bottom lane, they will pick off the Faceless Void. Looks like they didn't throw the Ravage. Wasn't off a cooldown. They did win the duel, so Pycat now with 20 damage. Sure, the teamfight recap. There's the duel going off. Mystic Flare, of course, used. It looks like they'll also claim a tower, but in the middle lane, tower being pushed, so it's a trade. VP probably pretty happy with it. That middle tower gives up a lot of map control and opens up the map to be more aggressive and more smoke avenues, you know, just going, you know, into the cliff, but straight down the lane or into the jungle from this way if you smoke up. Also opens up a place to ward if you're the Dire to keep tabs on any of the mid lane rotations, and you can see they've already done that. Very fresh ward here, pretty aggressive. Also still spotting out the runes, as that is quite important, and looking at the Radiant wards just to check them out as well. Trying to keep safe down there. Any TPs come into that tier 1 that just fell. So that ward is still pretty useful. It watches if Mirana and Bane move into your jungle or anything. It forces them to at least smoke past that if they're going to get a kill. And other than that, Team Tinker playing somewhat blind for the moment, so maybe in between wards and looking to get those back up in the next couple minutes. Oh, I said I said Black Hole instead of Chrono, so a lot of you probably don't know me, but I pretty much do that every time, and I don't know why. I just like... They're both spacey and purple. I don't know, I'm sorry. So if I say Black Hole, I mean Chrono, but I'll try to be better with it. We'll say Chrono. It's very tough. Very tough. Sadoi, though, he's had some good Chronos, some good Black Holes, call it what you will, already this game. I think secretly, deep down, Enigma's just my favorite hero, but I don't know. I keep telling myself it's Enchantress. But here we go. This is a big smoke here. They smoked past that ward we talked about, so they've got no idea that they're in here. And the Chrono goes off. It's actually going to miss Pycat, but he will get a pretty lucky bash. That was a bit of a mistake there from Sadoi. Just as I said, he's had some good Chronos already. The Laguna Blade will go out. The Ravage here from Koifka. This looks like a disastrous fight for VP. They've used most of their abilities and haven't got any kills. Sadoi will be the first to fall. He is actually denied by a Shadow Demon, and now God will fall. He is not denied, but definitely mitigating their losses there, and maybe still turning this around. BZZ is still fighting, and he will finally succumb to the Mystic Flare, and actually I think the Anchor Smash of Koifka going to force VP to retreat. They've lost 2, as one was denied. Good play by Yol, and Yol himself. Not going to be much longer for this world. Sing Sing also with the double damage. Koifka gets the double kill, and, well, TPing out will be the Jotum Potom, and that's the one danger of using Shadow Strike is you can deny people, but hey, I think Team Tinker is still going to be very, very happy about that. And after the misplaced chrono, Virtus.Pro should have been like, peace, like, you have done this to yourself, Sadoy, we're out of here, like, you're dying. But they tried to still fight, they tried to kill the IO, they couldn't even get that. And, well, it's fairly disastrous. Just looking at the graphs, just immediately, boom, that's like a 4,000 shift in gold, a 5,000 shift in XP, just off of that fight, and it's a 7-kill advantage now for Team Tinker. Checking out the Legion, looking for the items. We'll go Armlet, so another Armlet coming up. The second time we've seen that today. Morana, yeah, with the Medallion of Courage to help facilitate this Roche. It's going to go pretty much unnoticed. Team Tinker might know about it, but they're on different corners of the map and not really reacting. Not like they could, so whatever. It doesn't appear that they would know. They're, again, I said pretty blind, and they did finally put down new wards, but they're rather aggressive. Looking to push the tier 1 tower. Very good ward to do that here, and also spotting rotations or any jungle farming. Another fantastic ward. But it's the Roche for VP, and they want to take another tier 1 tower as well.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom.
Let's see if they can, guys. They got the Nether Toxin. I mean, neither team with fantastic push lineups. Pretty much the story of most games these days, as the Death Ball pushing did take serious nerfs. Some implicit, some explicit as well, like just the tower bounty in general and the fortified changes. But also the fact that forcing team fights around towers can be very dangerous, even if you have a slight lead with some of the gold changes. So we see a little bit less of that, and we will just see some tower trades instead. Sing Sing still pushing out the top lane, is no longer in last place for the core hero net worth. He's just over that of the Void after Sadoy made a pretty big mistake with that Chronosphere for that last fight that put VP on the back foot here in a extremely important match at 20 minutes. Bounty rune to Sky, regen rune over to God on the Lina. He's looking for that Ags, looking to get through BKBs, of which there are none forming quite yet. Big green here, Koifka. He's got the Blink of the Force, and not working towards a BKB. Yeah, it's probably going to go Refresher before that. Anyways, Sing Sing has, well, an Ultimate Orb. Could be for Lincolns, could be for Sheepstick. We'll have to wait and see. Pycat's got the Armlet of, I'm not even going to try to say that, Mordigian. There you go. With the Blink Dagger, and Balba is a support. So no BKBs in sight, but God is ready for them. Let's just put it that way. I mean, anyways, it's a good Ags regardless of the magic immunity change. Spell immunity, excuse me, I need to use the new vernacular. Why is my mouse cursor freaking out? Anyways. Sadoy's got that Mask of Madness. He was at one time doing very, very well this game, but has fallen back a little bit. Just chilling. Tidehunter just waiting for something. They did drop a ward here on the high cliff, so he knows he's pretty safe. You can see if anyone would walk in there alone, but it's actually going to be a full 5-man Moonlight Shadow looking for any pickoffs in the jungle, and they're just not going to find it. I'm not sure if they shadowed up by the ward vision, but definitely looks like Team Tinker is aware of what's going on, and they'll back off, they'll be defensive. They're continuing to try to push down this top lane and just work on the tier 2. It's very low, brought down to just under 270 HP. And maybe VP as a result will just try to push middle, but probably feeling a little scared as they now find themselves about 3,000, 4,000 gold behind, exactly 4,000 XP. But yeah, nevertheless, they're going to try to push down middle, and all of Team Tinker is up top. Still only 20 damage for Pycat. Has not had the best Legion experience that we've seen today, but still doing quite well. Now, first in net worth for his team, and very closely tied with that of the Lina and the Viper. So they've definitely caught up. BZZ and Lina, God, were extremely far ahead at one point. Just out there by themselves, like 1,000, 2,000 gold ahead of anybody. When net worths were only like 5k, so that's a pretty big margin. But now that's pretty much been closed. You can see all of the core heroes really, really close in net worth. The Void about 1,000 behind that race. And speaking of BKBs, we talked about if Team Tinker was working towards the middle. But BZZ's already finished his. #1 net worth in the game at 9k. Mech, BKB, got the Aegis as well. The Nether Toxin doing half damage to the towers as he tries to push him down here, and probably will get it. We'll see if they even want to fortify. It's not refreshed off of tier 2s. So they don't. They look for the deny. Oh, Sing Sing just a little bit too early. Can't find it. Would have been a sick opportunity for the deny as that tower sat at like 1 HP for half a second. He can't find it though. BZZ even more gold to his name. And they'll back off. Maybe start rotating bottom, try to take out another tower as, like we said, a lot on the line this game. Team Tinker clearly not willing to mess around despite already securing their slot in Kiev. They're playing hard. And VP as well. Need that win to keep the dreams of Kiev alive. But it's going to be a little slow for the time being. Looking at our last kill, we had one not too long ago, but since the last team fight really broke out, it was like maybe 14 minutes? It's the last big team fight. We had that disastrous team fight is about where that was. Yeah, the 14-minute mark. You can see the graphs reflecting the outcome of that. As in the middle lane, they're going to look to push. They're very grouped up. That could have been a big chrono opportunity, but they're not quite in position here. Sadoi still working on the Ancients, as God has actually... I saw the Ogre and the Point Booster thinking he was going straight for the Ags, but he takes a bit of a detour. He's got the casual Point Booster now and finishes up a Black King bar of his own, realizing that Tidehunter... mostly magic damage, or at least a magic stun. You gotta evade that Ravage with the BKB. Queen of Pain, magic damage. Skywrap, magic damage. Legion Commander is pretty physical, but the BKBs are gonna go a long way, and all their core heroes are building them right now, which will maybe change the power curve in terms of the team fight a little bit in favor of VP. Actually, God with an Invis looking to start off with a stun there on Sing Sing, but they won't find it. Won't even look to go for it. It's like a game of cat and mouse right now. Like, oh, I see somebody. Run, chase, run. Okay, I'll run. You chase this time. Back and forth. Everyone too scared to take a proper engagement, but maybe not. Jodham's like, all right, boys, we're rolling out. We got the Moonlight Shadow up, but Team Tinker, they're no saps. They're not going to just walk into that. They realize something might be up. They're pretty close to enemy territory. This tower is down, but maybe worried about something here as they will walk over a sentry, and now they're officially spotted. But Team Tinker, they're not completely backing off. They're kind of just chilling up here in the tree line. Maybe they can get a surprise. Maybe some of VP has given up, which is the case, right? Like, God is farming elsewhere, and now Yoel's going to get dueled on, and he will fall. It's still the winner for Pycat, but there's going to be a... What is that spell? It's a Chronosphere. I got it. I was very close to saying Black Hole, but Sadoi will find a nice Chrono, and he will bring out the Wisp, but the supports of VP have fallen. 2 for 1 there. All supports casualties. BZZ throws out a Viper Strike, just TP's out with the BKB charge, realizing pretty much all of Team Tinker is still nearby besides the Wisp, so we needed to be careful. God hasn't even stopped farming for a moment. He's like, alright, whatever. Another 1,000 gold in the bank with the Blink Dagger, BKB, Point Booster. Probably will look to finish the Ags next, and still with the... Well, actually, I guess he did join up for a little bit, farmed on the retreat, used that 10-second charge, and the 10-second charge of BZZ also used... One of those changes in 6.82 is those BKB charges follow your hero and no longer the item, and as a result of that, they took away the 4-second charge. Now the minimum is 5, but it's an adjustment to the item. Make sure your late game item decision making a little better, I guess, because it's not like, oh, just get rid of the BKB and buy another one. It's like, well, either keep it at 5 seconds or replace it with another item and be truly 6-slotted, I suppose. I don't know. I like the change. I think it was needed. It was a bit stale with like, oh, just buy another BKB at 70 minutes and then at 80 minutes and then, I don't know. That change I liked. Looks like not going for the Ags. Maybe it's just a casual Yasha to farm a little bit more, but BZZ could be going for the Manta. Looking to get out of the Skywrath silence, I would assume, so probably going to go for the Manta. Alright, it's the Armlet and a Hyperstone, so AC next on the docket here for Pycat, or it could be also the Mjolnir, but if you're gonna go with Mjolnir, you probably get the Maelstrom first, so I gotta lean towards the AC pickup for Pycat. I think that's what he's gonna look for. So Sadoi with the Mask of Madness, he is mad. right now, and he looks for the ball of light. He finds it, he slashes it down, and it's actually John that gets the kill as Pycat just TP's back to base. Decent kill there, 1400 XP, it's about a 900 gold change just for killing the support. Split pushing out the bottom lane. That looked like it was Bulba. Pretty far out by himself. He's got a 4-staff, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how reliable God is at killing people just because of Light Strike Array. Like, if you don't land the Light Strike Array, it's still going to be pretty hard to get a solo kill, even on a support. Unless you use the Laguna Blade. I mean, whatever. It's like a 50-second cooldown. It's much less with Ags. I think, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Haven't played Lina in a while, I gotta be honest. But that magic immunity is going to be big. And already, again, cooldown 50 seconds. That's basically in line. Like, look at something like Mystic Flare. It goes 40 and then 20, so that's quite a bit better, but a little more easily dodged. Running away from that neutral centaur. That thing is strong. It didn't get Conqueror in its name by being weak, even though it dies in 2 hits. 30 minutes. The clock is ticking. The AC is already finished. Wow. That's good. Pycat is progressing nicely. He's now second in net worth. Queen of Pain. Sing Sing has caught up considerably from being the lowest net worth core in the game maybe like 15 minutes ago. But he's back. He's got a full sheepstick. He's got another ultimate orb. So that looks like that's going to be towards either a Linken's, or I guess at this point we could entertain the idea of it being for a Scotty. We'll see, but it's the Roche attempt right now. Sadoy, the only one in the pit, not going to be able to do it by himself quite yet. He's also finished up a BKB, so 3 BKBs, but they're going forward with the duel. They'll find Sadoy. Can they bring him down in time? Pycat not in danger of losing the duel. It looks like it'll be a draw for now. Sing Sing comes in with Orchid, or excuse me, the Scream of Pain onto a BZZ, but he BKBs up, and it's going to be the Legion to fall first, not giving up any damage, but Team Tinker, the team fight not going well for them. They lose 2. It was the Sheepstick, not the Orchid, that Sing Sing opened up with. But defensive disruptions, pretty good, y'all. Solid player. Arrow straight into the face of Ball. I'm surprised he's even walking over in this area as he is brought down. And that might be enough for VP to get this game right back to a point of equilibrium at 31 minutes. And definitely much needed for them, as I know I've said it a million times, but like, it's the big game of the day. It's VP's chance to stay alive, a chance to go to Kiev. It's awesome. Unfortunately, they can't decide their fate, and now Koivka jumping in with a nice Ravage onto 2. Again, it's just the support. Sadoy's here, doesn't have a Chronosphere, and the Blink from Sing Sing's enough to get him away. VP, though, might be discouraged from doing the Roche, and they are. Yeah, they're going to have the call to get back. Sing Sing, though, still looking to chase. And here comes the relocate. Pycat and EGM are here, and it's Sing Sing with the double kill right now, is just going to TP out. That's BZZ, and God will blink and run his way back, as already the Watermelon picks up the Watermelon. So refresher online for the Tidehunter. Koivka's farmed nicely, 170 CS. Fallen down in the net worth overall, but the farm priority has shifted from the laning phase. And it's not only do they force off VP from the Roche pit area, they will take the Roche themselves. Nice arrow. Could have been a potential Age of Steel, but not even, as Sing Sing quickly scooped it up and might just as quickly be giving it away right now. The mech comes in. There's the duel onto BZZ. There's a lot of people here, though. The Light Strike Array will land. Koivka refresh the Ravage. It comes out now onto a mega kill streak, but the Legion will fall. They're going to continue to give chase. TP's coming into the tier 2. That's Sadoy. He's got a Chrono right now. He doesn't even need to use it on Bolda. The arrow will actually finish him anyways. Johnham gets that kill. Now Koivka and Sing on full retreat here. Still leading by 6 kills, but not the best fight they could have hoped for, and they did use up the Aegis there. As Sadoy's still chasing right now. EGM going to be kind of hard to bring down. He's got a friendly target to tether to, so yeah. I think that ends the chase. Sadoy back to farming camps. 3 kills on Tinker. Although, not really a kill. It should have just been a Aegis use. Did he buy back? No, yeah, it was just an Aegis use. So that could use some adjusting on the old teamfight recap. Aegis wasn't actually even on the entire chart. That's kind of weird. But anyways, it's a 2 for 3 with the buyback from VP. But VP's the team that's behind, so it's a bit better for them. At least going to stop the bleeding as the gold graphs were maybe starting to get out of hand a little bit. You can see that jump down. About 5,000 in the gold and XP categories. Let's take a look at the XP per minute. Let's see if there's any notably high ones or notably low ones. Obviously, you look at the core heroes, 522 XP and 439 for God's Lina. Looking at Koifka, 479 and 420 for XP and gold per minute. Sing Sing also doing pretty well in the mid 400s. Pycat, maybe a little under where he should be. You can see the Viper is about 20 ahead of him in gold and XP per minute in each category. So yeah, Pycat, not the best Legion game we've seen today, but got a lot of big items still to show for that. Got the Assault Cures coming out, another 900 in the bank. We will see what he wants to build up after that. Probably a Desolator, I would guess. Either Deso or BKB is what I'm saying for Pycat. And it was the defensive Lincoln Sphere for Sing Sing. So Sheepstick, Lincoln Sphere. Not the most right-click centric build, but a lot of great disable, quite defensive, and well, when you've got a double damage bottled up and your team's been controlling the runes very well for most of the game, it's pretty solid right now. As he is number 1 in net worth at 14k. Gonna look now for maybe some right-click to throw in there, maybe a BKB if he wants to double down on being defensive. As he switched his items. He put the sheep where the Lincolns was, and the Lincolns where the sheep was. Hopefully that doesn't screw him up in a team fight. See, that happens sometimes, and it's really awkward. But here we go. Sadoy and crew, they're smoked up. I think they smoked by a ward, because it's getting pinged out right now. The Radiant have one across the way here, and also down there. And one day they'll fix drawing on the minimap as a broadcaster, but today is not that day. As another smoke gank avoided. So, back to the mid lane. They will get the D ward though, so let's look for that gem. There it is, it's on God. Purchased up by Johnum there on the Mirana. So they've got the gems, they're looking to D ward. You can look at the Radiant Vision right now. It's basically just what they can see themselves or where their creep are extended. No wards on the map except for that one. Just kidding, it's there. But now, look at the Dire Vision, very aggressive ward, that's about it. They smoke up again. No, this is a Moonlight Shadow. So smoke, Moonlight Shadow, smoke, Moonlight Shadow. And then smokes are back in stock again. You can buy up some more. It's been a lot of searching for ganks for Virtus.Pro, and they haven't been able to find any. Like, such game sense by Team Tinker. Like, really, really good. I just pointed out they basically had no wards. They deposited one up here, but that's probably going to be taken out momentarily. Where's the Lina? Oh, Lina's going the wrong way. And I must say, when I checked the Radiant Vision, I guess someone was standing here because that ward has obviously been down for a while. So 2 wards down. This one's going to run out, and this one I'd say pretty likely to be de-warded. So I'll cover my bases there. I was wrong.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
But hey, another bounty rune. Illusion top. Bounty rune honestly better than that one.
Radiant's top tower.
In most cases. I don't know. Illusion, you can make some pretty sick plays with illusion runes, but Pycat will find Jot. I'm looking for the duel here, but Blinks not very far forward. Maybe still trying to sort of use line of sight with this tree. I don't know what that was about, but didn't commit enough, and the Ravage will be used. It will cancel 1 TP. I don't even know if he knew that BZZ was TPing right there. He was looking for the Void, who time walked out of it. But BZZ, they come in with a duel right now. That'll go through magic or spell immunity, and that's another winner. They're 52 damage over to the Legion, hitting for about 220 right now. As uh-oh, Wisp in some trouble. EGM got his teammates out of there. That's where I think he brought Sing Sing from. And well, the Wisp goes down, but Wisp kill for the Viper. I think that's good. I'd say so. Slowing down BZZ just a little bit. He's actually fallen. Look how far they've fallen back. Like in the early game, they were so far ahead on net worth. Now the Viper at 12.8k, 10.6 there on the Void, and Sing Sing has basically reversed. 16k net worth, just about another 2,000 in the bank. The Lina, though, still going strong, has finished the Ags, holding the gem, Blink, BKB, but using a lot of the charges. Already down to 6 charges right now. 3,000 gold as well. I mean, what does a Lina buy? What does a hero truly need, I think is the question of the day. Do you go right click? I mean, I would say so. Fiery Soul is like the weird spell on Lina that you're like, yeah, we could kind of go right click on this hero. So I say Daedalus. That's what I would go next if I was Lina. And I think he will. He might you know, need to get a Boots of Travel or at least toss off the gem to somebody else before he goes for it, and make sure to have that buyback. As I mean, you're playing Team Tinker, so might as well put down the anti-Tinker wards. That's Jottam, the one placing that. I love this squirrel. It looks like that squirrel's just chilling in the trees right now. Let's get a better angle on that. Oh yeah. Squirrel vision. Oh, he's using it as a ball! That is so sick. Alright, that was legit. That's my favorite ward. Squirrel, dude. Squirrel vision. OP. But anyways, Tinker wards against the Tinker team, which is kind of funny, honestly. I don't know why. Why did they even put that there? I honestly can't figure it out. I mean, it's great lane vision, I guess, if someone's farming here in front of the tower. Like, it's a pretty good ward to have if you're just going to push the towers. If you could get it, like, over here, it'd be even better if you're even allowed to place it there, because it would give you, like, this sort of arc. But, hey, whatever. VP just putting down the wards. There's True Sight on the side of Team Tinker? No, none at all. As it's going to be a Vit booster for Pycat, so he might just be looking to go for the heart. He's got a lot of money saved up in a Vit booster, so probably looking for the Reaver and then the recipe. Koifka's going for a Shiva's Guard right now. Could maybe be another Sheep Stick, but I'd expect the Shiva's generally big AoE hero, likes more big AoE, so he'll probably be going for the Shiva's Guard. Have that momentarily. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's got the most expensive component, so he actually can buy it right now, but he might want to save for the buyback. Manta will finally come out, so you can see how much the BZZ has been stopped. He's had that Yasha forever, and now he's just finally finishing up the Manta style. Well, eventually he does. He gets it. The Manta, the mech, the BKB. Fallen a little bit behind as him and Void have both been in a slump for a little while. The crit, though, the Crystallis out for Void, so Sidoi, the potential of a fantastic Chronosphere could really get them back into this game, but we already saw one Chronosphere that maybe took them out of the game just a little bit. The one that didn't quite get Pycat. They lose the following engagement, and it was a bit awkward, but Sidoi going to try to make up for it this game, I'm sure. They want to go to Kiev. Who doesn't? Shiva's Guard finished. Not saving for buyout. So there is potential here for VP if they find the good chrono, if they can bring down the man with, what is it, 23 armor right now. It won't be easy, 23 armor and just under 2,000 HP, but they could probably do it. He won't have buyback. Maybe they can get some tier 2s. Actually, both teams right now are even on towers. Bottom tier 2 for the Radiant, top tier 2 for the Radiant, middle tier 2 for the Dire, and bottom tier 2 for the Dire. So that's pretty much the tower situation. It's dead even, so you can see that with the towers dead even though they are worth less, they still do account for something. If there were going to be a disparity there, but about a 10,000 gold advantage, 10,000 experience advantage. Team Tinker looking very, very good to close out this game. But we know VP, they're going to fight to the bitter end as they go into the Roshan pit. They're looking to bring it down. It's Aegis and a Cheese, as it is the third Rosh. Gods actually dropped the gem. They'll give it back over to Jottam. And the Rosh will go down uncontested completely. It looks like the supports are grouped up, maybe looking to smoke, but they don't have a smoke between the two of them. Cheese over to, who'd the Cheese go to? Let's check it out. Yoel's just going to hold it for now. Placeholder item. Maybe he uses it if he can make a play, but probably not worth it for him. Yeah, he hands over to BZZ, and God will get the Aegis there on the Lena. Let's see who they found. They found Pycat. Actually, Pycat found them, rather. Now there's the relocate in, and I knew we'd see it. Wisp and Skywrath coming into the fight there. BZZ looking to chase him down. I don't think Bulb is going to survive much longer. Tries to put out a slow. The mech comes in, and it's not enough. And, well, there goes EGM, but Koifka's going to jump into the fray right now. Sing Sing is there. There's the double Ravage. Scream of Pain on the 2. God's already given up the Aegis. He will respawn, though. Sidoi with the Chrono. He's going to get his teammate in it, though. That's not quite what he wanted. And Sing Sing, that's not going to be enough to bring him down. Can he blink out? Press the attack. He got stunned. That was almost the RNG they needed. Sidoi jumps forward with a Time Walk. Lincoln Sphere to block the Laguna Blade, and they will be able to get him. They do use the Aegis, though. And did they use... They did nom nom the cheese as well. So even with the heart, unless he was their... Alright, yeah. That could have been a big turn of events. Probably was. Let's look at the graphs. Yeah, they start to go back down. It's 10,000 is not the biggest lead these days. You need a little bit more. Or even actually, I don't know. It's hard to say. Sometimes less is better. But they're far ahead. They give up some kills. VP with a good exchange. Sure, they have to use cheese, they have to use Aegis, but that's why you picked up those items in the first place, to make plays with them and to get back into the game. So a little bit more on a level footing now as EGM's in some trouble here. God is going for this kill. He doesn't have quite enough mana to use the Laguna Blade though, and it won't even matter. Yo with the Shadow Demon, the Shadow Poison will get him. Goes forward looking for Pycat, but he's not quite in range here for the disruption. Pycat, his blink will be off cooldown first, actually, as Jada will find a kill on the bottom lane. They get Bulba, and I'm trying to click their go camera, please, as Koifka will get the rebuttal there. Drops the gem on the ground, and up top we've got the disruption. Looks like he's trying to TP. Not going to be able to right now, and Viper going to try to bring him down. We'll be able to bring him down in a great string of team fights there from Virtus.Pro. They've been looking for ganks and looking for team fights all game, but Team Tinker would not oblige them, just dodging everything perfectly. A beautiful little dance, but comes to a bit of an end there as they get picked off quite a few times in a row now, only leading by 3 kills, and Virtus.Pro honestly right back in this game. Shocker. Comebacks. What? Who would have thought? Still very bitter. I'll eventually get over it, but I don't know when it's going to be. Sadoy back to farming up, and we'll see the Vipers took a massive jump in net worth, all the way up to 2nd place. The Void not as fortunate. He's actually fallen even further behind, but hey, he might be on the winning team at the end of this, because look at these graphs. The XP shot down right back to equilibrium. Gold jumped a little bit, and actually Sing Sing and Koifka teaming up there with the blinking Sheepstick. They will find the Void, and no, he chronos up. Run away! He's going in. He's got the life steal. The mech comes in, but Wisp is TPing. He's looking to keep Sing Sing alive with the overcharge. Sing Sing breaks the tether. EGM feeds. Unfortunately, a bit of miscommunication there between them, but the big deal there is Sadoy doesn't die. Good response from VP, TPing to the tier 2 that was still available to make sure they keep him alive, and they almost turned that around and still got a kill for their trouble. Now only a 2 kill difference. Sheepstick coming up for God. That's a pretty good item I forgot to mention. Sheepstick's going to be great. I still want to see that big right click as, oh, Faceless Void. He's like, alright, I just lived like, I'm God mode. I'm entering God mode. We actually just killed that guy. I'm going to stay here, and I think he really overextends by even staying in the area. Like, at least just go back, kill this lonesome little dude. You've got some sentry wards stashed up in there. The ancient golems are trying to hoard some sentry wards. Either stack that, clear that. Don't keep pushing out, and, well, he gets picked off. Sing Sing and Koifka at least complete their mission at the end of the day. Vladimir's offering coming out here for Jadam, just going to get that armor up on himself, up to 17, pretty good, but again, it's a lot of magic damage still on Team Tinker, but getting the aura for his team, it's like the supports, it's the support Assault Cuirass is what I like to call it, alright, just all ultimate orbs. Does Sing Sing know he's not playing like Meepo or Morphling? Not that this item build is bad, but just, what does he got right now? 1, 2, 3, 4 ultimate orbs built into those items? Dude has a lot of stats. Well-rounded Queen of Pain, went to school, did her studies, worked out, and is fast. I don't know, I don't have one for agility, but yeah, plus 40 in each of those categories, plus what you get from levels and skilling up stats. There's a Daedalus. I want to see another one. We got one for Sadoy, so he's a lot more dangerous. Finishes that Crystallis. I'd like to see a big right click from God. The MKME might be better, or even a Desolator, than the crit, because he doesn't have a lot of base damage to really crit with, but I guess, you know, Daedalus gives you like plus 81, I believe, so that's not a bad start. Well, both teams, well, for the most part, VP is grouped up. For the most part, Team Tinker is, they've got, you know, they got a rogue cell, they've got EGM plus 1 that can sort of stick around together and join in the fights whenever, but as long as they sort of use the buddy system, like Wisp plus 1 and the other 3 together, I think they should be okay. They've proven they're very hard to gank. They're mobile with blinks and abilities called blink, so they're pretty hard to just corner on the map, and we've seen VP struggle to do that pretty much the entire game, using up a lot of smokes, a lot of Moonlight Shadows, not able to find any kills really. Obviously they've got 19, they've done pretty well for themselves. They forced out a couple team fights, forced out a couple mistakes from Team Tinker, and they definitely did make some mistakes around the, what is this, the 40-minute mark, as they lose about 4,000 gold, but they get it basically right back, and XP does almost go down to equilibrium, but after another pickoff and just some farming, they're back on that, almost to the same point as well, so all is not lost yet. for Team Tinker, or for VP for that matter. Still going to be a fight to the death as we approach the 50-minute mark, just 2 minutes under it now, looking for those long games. We're approaching the true late game at the 50-minute mark. Bounty Rune is lonely, man. Invis stop. Blink for Sky. Got the gem up as well. Looks like he bought his own. Checking out the gem. Yeah, they still have it on the other side. Yol has... no, bought his own gem. There must be another one down somewhere. Bases? Couriers? There's the one that Jotum bought. Yeah, it's on the courier. So Team Tinker, they got 2 all-seeing eyes in case they lose the current one. But VP's got 1 as well, so it's going to be a pretty much blind game in terms of wards. We can see 1 down from the Dire, and I'm surprised it's been there that long. Just goes to show you that Team Tinker have not really been the aggressors. The only time they've been crossing the river is up here in the top lane, sort of on this arc. That's really the only place they found themselves in enemy territory recently. And I guess they had a little team fight down here in bottom, but not really just walking through open territory in the middle of the map here, so they haven't come across this ward. They might, though. Look at the line they're drawing. They're looking to run down through the middle of the map. They could find the D ward. They could find a very, very big wraparound here onto Virtus.Pro. And Virtus.Pro is starting to panic. They're like, alright, we don't see him. Maybe they smoked. We should back. And, well, if they're backing now, they're going to be backing into Team Tinker. Oh, Team Tinker, another line is drawn. It looks like they might be taking the wrong turn. Let's see if they can find them. I mean, at this point, the teams have to know, like, they're next to each other. They will smoke up, and it's not going to break quite yet. It's going to break now. They see him. They see Sadoy. They got to get him before he can get the chrono. He throws out the BKB, but he will be dueled. Arrow to land on Pycat, and they will... Can they bring him down in time? They are able to kill him. He tries to turn to run, but he can't drop the chrono in time, and now the Ravage, the secondary one coming through for Koifka. VP lose 3, dropping their all-seeing eye, and it's God and Jotum that are forced to retreat, and now they trail by only 5 kills, but it was Team Tinker that had already regained their lead and will regain, or take rather, even more off the table. Pushing out maybe 12k ahead in each category. I was looking for the Roche. Where you at? They're spotting it out with the illusions. It's going to be almost the longest possible, about 10 minutes, 50 seconds, so it's not up for another minute or 2. Buyback available on BZZ, not the case here for the Void, and he's the really scary one right now. He's not the most farmed, but that chrono is still very dangerous, so they're going to look to try to break the tier 3 with this, at least force the buyback here from the Viper if they can. Tier 3, Fortify will go out. They're whittling it down. Whittling is an understatement. They're kind of just destroying it. They're ramming it down. And the racks to fall as well will not even be contested. They don't want to force the buyback. Tier 2 still stands at the bottom, so they can't swing that way. They could go top. They'll actually send some illusions there. Do a little bit of damage to that. That's creep bar in the base. Pretty good use of these illusions. It's not like 300 damage to this tower. More than that. It's like killing the tower. Damn. Alright, that was like 3/4 of tower damage. Now they're going to find a pick off. Yol on the bottom lane moving out, trying to ward up it. I guess if that's what he's doing down there. I don't see any dire wards placed. I see a lot of fresh wards here. The new high cliff there in the middle lane and spotting out the rune. So very, very good wards for just working on sort of this section of the map, which is really all they want. I think Team Tinker would like to take out this last tier 2, so the next time they break the base is the last time they got to break the base. They can just swing through, get mega creeps, peace. Go to Kiev happy. Yeah, let's see what the dual damage. I see Twitch chat pointing it out. Only 70. We saw some ridiculous dual damages in the early 2 games, but this one a little more reserved. The Pycat Legion Commander, but hey, look at his items. He's definitely varied a lot from the other items we saw in Legion Commanders. He still does go for the armlet, but the AC, the heart, the Crystallis, he'll be looking for the Daedalus, and well, 3.5k gold on the Lena. Has the potential for, again, another big item that I've been wanting to see for a while, but still needs to save for the buyback, still needs to find that farm, and, well, it might be a team decision to transition some more of that farm over to Sadoy. He's got to be careful not to get dueled, though. Nothing you can do about that. Best case, I'd say, is disrupt your, well, here's BKB, I guess, so that's the problem, but disrupt your own Faceless Void so that he will not be taking damage through the duel. Whether you kill the Legion or not, when he gets up, you can drop a Chrono, and I think that's maybe the answer in the midst of a chaotic team fight for VP. They look to go back. This is the 4th Roche right now, Aegis and Cheese. They got VP back into a pretty good position the last time they killed this Roche, but it doesn't look like it's really going to be contested. Koifka's like, alright, I'll just push. Why not? And look at this. I mean, Rat Dota creeping the base. They're taking another lane of racks. So VP, they're going for the Roche. Team Tinker knows about it. They're looking to contest it now, so Doi's dropped the Chrono onto a few. Arrow coming through, Sing Sing will die, but who cares? Rack's down. Team Tinker doesn't care. Sing Sing's like, maybe a little mad. The rage buyback, but probably not. Just looking to keep the pressure on as Roche was brought down, and whoa, that's a big ultimate there from God, and Sadoi with the bashes. The duel's going to come out now. This doesn't look like Pycat's going to win this one. It's going to be pretty close. He will go down the winner. Sadoi going to need some more damage, but Koifka comes in with a big double ravage. The Scream of Pain layered right up on it, and Virtus.Pro looking to have a full team wipe here. There's still the Aegis there on the Viper. God, though, is quite strong, and they will be able to bring him down, but now BZZ respawning, immediately hexed up by Sing Sing. Two buybacks coming out from VP onto the pot, onto the Mirana. Arrow searching, will just miss. EGM to explode spectacularly into the wispy ball of light, and that's going to be all she wrote for the team fight. Team Tinker is still holding on to the 6-kill advantage, the 2 racks advantage, 12k gold, 12k experience. That might dwindle a little bit here, but Team Tinker feeling like they have secured the victory. A pretty crazy team fight there at the Roshan pit. It keeps Virtus.Pro in it for now, but it's going to be very, very hard, and that just shows you how hard it is to earn that spot to Kiev, especially in the European division. There we go. We got a Demon Edge on Sing Sing. He wants to see the Daedalus. He knows what's up. And God, after the buyback and that death, 3,000 gold into the toilet. Far from anything now. Checking out the buyback status. Buyback on Wisp. Buyback on Wisp. That's the only one. Sort that properly. Back to net worth. Is mine. Koifka now picking up the sheepstick. Ultimate Orb Gaming over here. I think that could have been maybe another name in the running for Team Tinker. Wisp, where's your ult? Well, he is the ultimate orb, so that's taken care of. Sing Sing's got 4 of them. Balba doesn't have any. Come on, Balba. Build a Manta or something. Nice RTZ Twitch chat spam. I'm sure he's been keeping you posted on everyone that's been creating space for throughout the duration of this game. VP will smoke up once again, looking for a pickoff. They have, honestly, they're keeping whoever makes smokes of deceit in business. They have used so many this game. I don't know if that's a stat that's recorded, but I bet on average VP this game, they're definitely above the average smokes used. They've used a lot, and they might get, well, it might pay off. They're looking for the Balba, but the Balba, because he is the Balba, will blink away. They won't be able to find him. So another smoke wasted. Again, pretty much sort of VP's life this game. Team Tinker just outmaneuvering them all day. VP needs to get that ankle insurance. They've been getting juked.
Radiant lost one of them bottom towers.
Radiant's bottom tower. The tier 2 will go down. Nice deny, Sing Sing. Didn't deny it. It's a joke. Alright, BZZ in trouble up top. That's the sheepstick from Koifka being unveiled. Pycat with the duel, and BZZ goes down, dead for 100 seconds. And I can't suspect that VP can come back from this, or even hold on without BZZ for 100 seconds. Sing Sing already in the bottom lane, working on pushing it out. We'll probably just see this way a mass exodus of Team Tinker from the dire jungle to the bottom lane, and that looks to be what they're doing. The shadows are taking them, though, and Sadoi's got the chrono. He wants to kill Sing Sing. If they can kill Sing Sing, they can slow this down, and he's going to go for it. God is here as well. Remember, this is a core Lina, for those of you just joining us. That is ginormous damage from the Laguna Blade, and, well, that's how they hold on. They kill Sing Sing. He is also bought back, so trying to get rid of that buyback timer. It's about 2 minutes that he'll be dead, but Pycat and friends are not going to despair. They're going to go seek vengeance right now. Going to get met with some shadow poison, disabling the blinks. They look for God, but God will actually quickly blink out. It's Sadoi a little awkwardly placed here, but going to go ahead and TP. God actually who does he find there? This guy, the Balba, going down, drops the gem. Now Demonic Purge out onto Pycat. Press the attack. He presses it. There's the Ravage. Look for the second one coming up. Hasn't even refreshed it. There it goes. Shiva's guard as well, and the second Ravage, I think it's coming out. It's a little laggy right now. Good job, servers. God gonna fall. Whoa, what is going on right now? Either way, Virtus.Pro, it's not good. They've lost 4 heroes right now. It's Yol, the only one alive here. Just Tranquil Boots and a Blink Dagger here at a 58-minute game, and the buyback from the Void as he tries to hold on. The tier 2 tower is still here. They can't even break into the base. They can't kill the tier 3 tower at least, but they got creep in there. They're gonna go straight for the tier 4s. Look how low they are. Lina, the core Lina, the very farmed Lina, did eventually go for the Daedalus. Thank you. I knew he'd do. That was my only choice. I feel completed, but the tier 4s are falling right now, and VP, the hopes of Kiev, are going with their throne, or their ancient, whatever you want to call it. But EG entered God mode. Is going to die one last time, and actually they might still hold on to this. Pycat is there. He's working on the throne. There's the buyback. Got to try to keep him alive. Where's the overcharge? Koivka jumps in with an anchor smash. Now Sadoy is going to look for the Wisp here. A buyback onto Wisp, a buyback onto Pycat. Pycat goes in with his boots of travel. Wisp is leaving. Oh, no, he's not. They bring him down before that 12 seconds is up. Pycat goes back in, gets the duel on the BZZ. Koivka's there as well. They're trying to bring down Sadoy. There's so many creeps right now, and the throne getting very, very low. And with that, it is the good game. Fighting until the throne explodes. The only thing Virtus.Pro could have done to keep their hopes alive, but it's not enough. They will get either 5th or 6th place. I'm not sure how worried they are about breaking the lower tiebreakers, as it's the 4 teams